Welcome back everyone, Dad with the controller here. This is part 4. No damage, no charm, no autosave, no bonus items playthrough. We're about to do the processor. Now remember, if you've been following along with all the other previous videos, I did not bring my Requiem with me, unfortunately. I stupidly overwrote my save and I paid a heavy price for that. So remember, learn from Dad's errors. Make sure you grab the Requiem. It's essential here, vital.
What?
But you're gonna see I did it without the Requiem. I managed to get through this phase. Yeah, so just come over here, line up the shot, one on the knee on this guy, and things go easier if you know which zombies are gonna resurrect. So you can see here, I've dealt with that guy. He's already been sent to the meat grinder. And now it's this guy and this guy. Give them both one shot each in the head. Let them get up and then shoot them one more time, they'll stagger. One more time, they'll stagger. Push this guy. Send him to the meat grinder. And then it's this guy, this chunky fella. Now, this is the annoying part, but yeah, you can see like you can still deal with him with one or two shots. So it's all fine up to here, that's all good, but it can get a little bit messy here. So these two guys, give them one shot in the head, and you know, if you have the Requiem, it's just there for safety. Like look, this guy took more than one shot to stagger. It was a bit annoying, a bit risky when I ran past this guy, but it does work out. Yeah, give this guy one shot in the head, he's done. Now this guy, if I had the Requiem with me, I would have just let him get up and give him one shot in the head. But yeah, he's a bit annoying. You could see, look, it could go pear-shaped here, so watch out. Definitely have the Requiem with you. And yeah, look, really got grabbed there, but we did well. Dad did well. And shoot this guy in the knees. I pushed this guy and thought he was going to be dead. Unfortunately, processing stopped. And the guy did not want to die. Why won't you die? Why won't he die? He's dead now. So yeah.
It stopped. It finally stopped.
Arguably, that's the toughest part of Grace's section. But if you come prepared with the Requiem and everything, you'll be fine. So now, grab the third plug. We've got 3 out of 3 plugs now. We're good to go. And we will be on our way. Yeah, Dad lives for these challenges. You know, I really enjoy challenges in games. And, you know, we were talking about things earlier. I was saying that I've done lots and lots of challenges. And like I said, unfortunately, I didn't have a channel in mind. I just did it, you know, out of the love for gaming. And, you know, with Resident Evil 4, I did it with no Ashley armor. No Chicago sweeper, 15 saves, S rank. Obviously now there are runs with like no damage, no save, but you know, that seems extremely difficult. You know, hats off to the players who've done that. It takes a lot of time and dedication to get things like that done. And yeah, if I wasn't a dad and I was a bit younger, maybe I could have attempted things like that, but at this moment in time I have to just kind of do what I enjoy to do and what is within my ability. And you know, that's the great thing about gaming, like I was saying before. You can just cater things to make it enjoyable for yourself and at the same time have fun. And at the same time, you know, everybody consumes gaming in a different way. Some gamers like to play where they just want to switch their brain off, get away from reality. It's not so much about difficulty, and that's all good. You know, I've got several mates who enjoy gaming in that kind of way, and then I've got other mates who really enjoy challenges and hard gaming, and it's whatever it is you want to do. So yeah, we go back, we get that joint plug, and we're about to make sure that the girl gets triggered so that we don't have to deal with her too much. And you can see the basement now, it's not too difficult. It's just that processing section was pretty tricky, pretty tough. But don't worry, you got this. If Dad can do it, you can do it. Get the other joint plug, and now look here, basically I kind of like entered the joint plug too quickly. I thought the girl was around, I didn't want to get grabbed by her, and now you got to be careful here, because if you approach this too quickly, she's gonna drop down, you're gonna take damage, so you have to kind of like be really careful here. There's probably better ways to do this, but you can see there, look, I was trying to trigger her, dropping, and straight away putting the plug back in so she doesn't bother us. And yeah, that's all good, no problems. Yeah, I've also done things like get S plus on Resident Evil 2, the one on hardcore where you had to do like the whole game in like 3 saves with 3 ink ribbons, I think, if I remember correctly. It was a while back when I did it. It was a pretty tough challenge, but I did manage to get that done. I've also done other games like Metal Gear Solid 2 Big Boss Rank. That was pretty difficult. That again had a limited amount of saves. And you could see, you know, these games from the old era, they were always designed in a tough way, very difficult. But I feel like some of the modern era games are a little bit more watered down, a little bit easier to achieve, and I just think that they should just have a range of difficult things. Alright, we've got all the plugs here, you just got to keep running and just escape to the elevator. Just keep going, don't stop, and you'll be fine. This section is not too bad, very easy. We're on autopilot. Now, I have to acknowledge something here. You know, I've said it's a no damage playthrough, and just allow me to explain myself, everyone. Allow Dad to explain. This silly part over here, where you get into this elevator, I was playing it late at night, and I've played this game several times. I just didn't pay attention to this section, and basically I ended up overwriting my save again like an idiot. And so what I'm saying is, here I wasn't sure at the time if it counted as damage or not. I thought it was, you know, part of the cutscene or something, and I wasn't really sure. So you're going to see this part here where her arm drops, and at the time I just didn't realize, because you're going to see when I leave the elevator, I'm going to, you know, press the pause button to check, did I take damage? My health was fine. So there you're not taking any damage at all, but you know, while I was tapping this, I think, you know, she's swiping there, and then I think as I'm leaving, she just kind of like hits me here, and then the cutscene triggers, and so bit frustrating, that part. Yeah, I know you're gonna complain. You're gonna, oh, he took damage in the elevator. I understand. But in hindsight, you know, I checked, and I think what you're meant to do there is like aim at her arm and kind of maybe shoot her in the arm so she doesn't do that.
Do you maybe want to leave?
But yeah, you're gonna have to forgive me on this one.
It's not safe.
Forgive me. I might have to perform harakiri. But yeah, I think there was not much I could do about that. I already overwrote the save, and yeah, we just got to take it. Dad's got to take it on the chin. Give it to me in the comment section. No problems. I am planning to possibly do another run, refine everything, get everything more streamlined. Go back to the box here. We've got 4 rec bullets. We're in good shape. We didn't waste too many rec bullets. That was the good thing about the processing part, I guess. A positive has come out of that. And now we're doing some inventory management. We're taking the quartz with us, make sure, because we want to leave. But you know, I think I end up doing a little lap here where basically I collect the blood in the bathroom, because there's a lot of blood in there, and I just thought since Leon had cleaned it up, I could just go back and fill the blood collector up. But this part was unnecessary in hindsight. I don't really need to do this. You don't really need to do this, but now you know you can do this, and it does help. But when I reached the end of the game, like I've been saying previously before, I ended up just having way too much stuff for Grace that I didn't really need by the end of the game. And look, you can see I'm already full here. I end up crafting something. I ended up crafting some handgun ammo. Maybe I should have crafted a hemolytic injector. Oh yeah, there we go. I did end up doing that. And even with the handgun ammo, I ended up with something like, I think, I don't know, we're going to have to see, but I think it was like 60 bullets or 70 bullets. It was an unbelievable amount of ammo. And the good thing about this game is that even when you do run out of certain things, especially with Leon, if you have a weapon and it runs out, they do start dropping ammo for that particular weapon that you've ran out for. So that's pretty good. But we could have just left straight away, but I think now we're going back to get Emily and we'll be on our way. Yeah, so with Metal Gear Solid 2, that was pretty difficult. Big boss rank. I also did the Devil May Cry 5. I haven't attempted the other ones, but I've done the Devil May Cry 5 Platinum, which was pretty difficult because you had to S-rank all the missions on all difficulties and get an S-rank on all missions, which was pretty difficult. So, you know, I feel like Capcom, the way they design their games is really quite fun, actually. They do design it with replayability in mind, and I do like games like that where they're fun to replay. You know, you can do them on different settings, different difficulties, and they do design it in a way where you've got, you know, different things that you can do. So, like, for example, in all the Resident Evil playthroughs, you know, the first time it's like pretty horror based or whatever, and you got to take it easy, manage your inventory and things like that. And then you can do a playthrough with like unlocks, which is just fun, you know, going around and blasting everyone, shredding them to pieces after they've given you so much grief. Yeah, just come in this room, pick up that bottle, spin it around, and get this double helix model. We're going to put it in here. That's the one thing about this Resident Evil, is that the puzzles were not too difficult. They were pretty straightforward. There are other Resident Evil games. So I remember Resident Evil 2 maybe had a bit more challenging puzzles, or puzzles that you had to think about a little bit more. Here it's kind of like you go into a room, you kind of look around a little bit, and you pick it up. You pick up something that might fit somewhere, just like we did there. And so that's not too bad, I guess, you know, small complaint, but I think the puzzles could have been a little bit more challenging or required a bit more thought, but nonetheless, it's all good. And I like the way they combine the two play styles in this game, where you've got the classic box Resident Evil style for Grace, and even though Leon has the box, it's slightly a bit different. Yeah, some inventory management here, and now we're making another save. You know, if you are practicing, make sure you save here, because this next part, although it's not too hard, it is a bit annoying, and you do need to get a little bit, you know, you need to get the hang of it, because it can go wrong. But Dad will guide you here. Don't worry, Dad's got you. I've replayed this section several times so that you don't have to. Well, I haven't said that, you probably still do. You need to get a feel for things, but it's always good to know you know, how someone else did it. So come here, grab the keys, and we're about to go in here and start basically grabbing these like extinguishers off the wall. I don't know what you want to call them, but yeah, they're like fire extinguishers or whatever. And approach these guys and start spraying them straight away. Now do this technique. I found this technique to be the most ideal, where you're just full throttle. It's not like Resident Evil 2 with the flamethrower. You know, in the beginning I thought it was like Resident Evil 2 with the flamethrower, where you conserve it a little bit, and you got to be quick here, getting them to explode. Grab this second one and start doing the same thing, and you can see, look, just full throttle, aim at them until they explode, and keep going. Again, same thing here. You know, initially I thought it was like Resident Evil 2 flamethrower, where you just had to conserve it, and you know, in that game you kind of like had to control your sprays. But here I think if you just hesitate or delay, they'll come and grab you. They will just come and grab you. You've got to keep going. Try your, I know sometimes your thing might run out. If it does run out, you can just go back and shoot the guy, like you see there. Sometimes it doesn't run out there and you can just get through, but if it does, no problems, just go back, deal with him. You're not gonna be attacked by the next phase. Come in here, grab this one and continue. So it's all good, all good. I generally aim like at the chest area, not at the face. Chest area, and just go side to side like this. I just found that technique there makes them explode much quicker. And they're done. Yeah, go into the next room. This next part, you know, I came up with this technique myself. It is a bit of a risky technique, I would say. However, if I was doing a no save, no damage playthrough, I probably wouldn't advise it. I would probably advise you to have the rec with you and just give this next blister head one shot in the head. But since it wasn't a no save, no damage playthrough, and I could take the risk, I come here, just basically swipe with my knife like that, and then he kind of like starts doing that and he just passes by you. If you practice that once or twice, you get the hang of it. I just like to stand there, swig with my knife. I don't know, for some reason it works out a little bit better, and you can manipulate that blister head to just pass by. Be careful of the dropping box, always stick to the left side and you'll be fine. And climb up and we're done with grace. Nearly. We're nearly done with grace.
This keep happening.
Yeah, just come out and just be careful of the zombies here. Like, make sure you just, as usual, aim for the knees, let them stagger, and stay on the outside and run. Back to the helicopter. That poor fella in the helicopter has been waiting for us for ages just to suffer a brutal death immediately after. Poor guy. You could tell they were going to kill him off. Anyway, back to Leon. Leon S. Kennedy. Back to doing some executions. You know, I've missed doing some executions. The one-man machine. Grab the tracking module there and get a stacked grenade ready for this next boss. Our favorite thing to do is fight the boss. Boss! Do some business at the box. Sell the med injectors. And I think, you know, don't forget to purchase the scope for the rifle here, for the classic. You know, you can do this section without the scope, but yeah, I've upgraded one power there and I equipped the scope. I like that second scope. It's up to you which scope you want to use. And I did some more upgrades here, more power to the shotgun. We've got enough credits now. And I also end up buying the ammo, shotgun shells. I generally don't buy handgun ammo. I feel like you get enough handgun ammo from drops. Yeah, make sure you just give this guy one in the head. By the way, when you have the scope equipped, for some reason I think they just die with one shot. I think it's more powerful. Whereas if you don't have the scope equipped, they might not. I can't actually remember. Yeah, but it's much easier with the scope for me here. You can do it without the scope, but I do like the scope. So I've always liked it even from Resident Evil 4. And yeah, this classic is my favorite gun in the game. Just keep aiming at them. Don't worry if you miss. Try not to get that red barrel there. Don't shoot it just yet, because it makes our life easier later on when another chef comes out and all the other zombies come out. We've got to deal with them. Trying to get headshots here, but it's sometimes tricky. And yeah, just keep an eye out. By the way, there's a Mr. Raccoon here earlier. I mean, I haven't been pointing out all the Mr. Raccoons, but this one was a bit annoying. It was so far to see. I mean, how on earth would you ever know there's a Mr. Raccoon around here on this part? But yeah, I guess when you do the unlock of making them pop up on your map, it helps out. I mean, that is one thing that I like about this Resident Evil, is that at least you can get that unlock to show you them on the map, whereas, you know, previous Resident Evils, it's like you had to go around searching and things like that. And even with the files, it was a little bit longer to do because you didn't know which files, you know, you picked up there. Make sure you time your shot there, so just keep an eye out. I was like coming in and out, observing everything, and then as soon as I saw the chef pass by along with a few other zombies, I got rid of them. You do have some leeway here to miss 1 or 2 shots, so it's not too bad. Always keep reloading your gun. Stay on top of the reloads. You can see there's some zombies approaching there, but that's fine. And try to go for headshots, but it's not required to go for headshots. You can go for body shots, and sometimes they just do die from body shots. So you don't have to be super precise, but you know, Dad likes style. And Dad was always trying to go for style. Yeah, I'm done with the scope, and I don't want to forget taking it off, because this next phase we need to be ready. And yeah, this part was so cool. Excuse me. You know, that's what I love about Leon, his one-liners. I grew up in the 90s era where there's, yeah, be careful with that zombie. Trigger him, throw this barrel, and just give it a shot. Yippee-ki-yay. Yeah, I was saying I grew up in the 90s, and that era was full of films that just had one-liners. Whenever I'm in a situation like this, I like to use my pistol. I don't want to waste ammo from my other, you know, more powerful weapons. I do like pistoling them in the head. You can get focus shots in when you can, but if you can't, just go all out. Sometimes they take a pretty long time to go down, because we're not focusing on upgrading the pistol too much. Just be careful here, because you can get grabbed. You need to know, like, look, this guy, the chef was covering this guy. We could have easily got grabbed. Yeah, deal with that guy. And then there's one more. Approach with caution. And we're about to enter a dangerous room next. Be ready. I think the way I do it is pretty consistent, because things can go wrong in this room, but if you do it the way I did it, it generally goes down the way I'm showing you. Alright, go in here, grab that, let him turn around, pop him in the back twice. There we go, one blister head gone. Then get your hand stack grenade ready, let him blow up, go down, and give him Van Damme style spinning kick. Go back up, get ready, reload, and just maybe try to take out 1 or 2 guys. I missed there, that was horrible, but it's okay. Get this guy, get this other guy. Those 2 are down. Get the ammo. We're all good. We're all good. So I could have started reloading earlier there, but yeah, I was like, I took a bit of time. And when he's coming up, shoot that, and then he's down. And then go down the stairs. Don't drop down from the roof, because things, you know, turn out a little bit differently. I like to go back down the stairs there, so that's kind of important. And then execute order 66. Give this guy one in the face. Execute order 66. And stand next to the, you know, always try to go back, you know, after you kill those guys, always go back to a place where there's a throwable so that you can make your life easier. And yeah, I was pretty efficient here. It all went well. By the way, be careful from the windows. If you linger around the windows, sometimes, like, you know, if you do it in a different way, you know, grab all the ammo there, make sure you're quick. I grabbed everything. I was pretty efficient and had plenty of time to spare. But I was saying about those windows, they can, you know, they can lunge in through the windows, and yeah, that'll end the no damage right there. Back to Grace now.
There's got to be a way to get to the surface.
This next part is pretty straightforward. We're just going back upstairs to put Emily down, and then we continue. Yeah, with regards to challenging games, you know, continuing on with what I was talking about earlier, and
I'm sorry, I know it hurts.
I do enjoy different games that are challenging, actually, different genres, and so I've attempted the Pantheon of Hollow Nest from Hollow Knight. That was pretty difficult, you know, if you want to do it legit. I was surprised, actually, when I was checking the trophy list, you know, for that game. It was a higher percentage, but then I saw that people used a glitch of some sort to get the trophy. I mean, in some ways, I don't blame them, but in some ways, I'm like, why would you do that, you know? Because, you know, I don't know, it's just me. I guess I like to do it proper, you know, get the achievement properly. But there are times where I think, yeah, maybe sometimes people don't have time, and it's got to be done that way. All right, some inventory management here. Take the wreck with us. So this next part, and we're dropping a save. This next part, we can do it with the Requiem. We can do it without the Requiem. But I took the Requiem with me just in case things go wrong. But I do end up saving a lot of wreck bullets here, because I think I'm going to do it in a way where I don't use any wreck bullets, because it can be done without any wreck bullets. Maybe I use some, but you can save some wreck bullets here when you're restarting the power distribution. And then there's more wreck bullets down here too. So right there, wreck bullet on our way. Come over here, just go back, let the girl show up, and yeah, just be patient, let her go on her way. And this first part, we're not going to use any bullets at all. If you do as I do and follow it in the same order that I do it, it's pretty consistent. Come out, take this corner here, and then be quick here. What you want to do is kind of go back and get her attention. I know, I understand, risky, but it's not that risky. Just keep looking at her. As soon as you get her attention, she can be pretty fast, so be careful. And then just come to this torch and burn her to a crisp. And then just use this. So you see there, we've already saved 2 wreck bullets. We can do it where we just use 2 wreck bullets and unload on her to stagger her, and then pull that lever. But I just feel like it's pretty safe there to do that. It's not that difficult if you just get a bit of practice in. Now go around and come to this section next, and again I think I do end up saving some more bullets here. But if I was doing a no damage, no save, I would definitely have the wreck in hand, just in case things go wrong. Yeah, I picked up a med injector that I don't really need there, but at least you know it's there now. And then I come back out here and again try to get her attention. Remember, we're going back to that light. as soon as I get her attention, I was struggling there a little bit because you do have to be quick here. You don't want to take too much risks. She is pretty fast. So, yeah, there we go. Got her attention. I didn't even stop, if you noticed there. I just ran and circled around and didn't look back. Run, run, run. Come back out. She's coming, I think. Yeah, I don't know what's up with her. She doesn't wanna eat me. But yeah, finally got her attention.
Die already.
So you might have to try it. A bit risky, but not that risky. You know, you could see there I was playing it safe. It was still okay. She's getting burnt, but you got to be quick there. Once you put the light on, you can't stop. You got to go quick. Otherwise, if there's a bit of hesitation, she can catch up to you. And now we've saved another 2 rec bullets, you see. All good. Yeah, this one you have to hold for a bit longer. Needed a bit of elbow grease. But nobody's around to... yeah, pick up the Molotov cocktail. And then we're doing the final one. Now, with this final one, it is a little bit risky. You can see her right there. So, if I was doing a no damage, no save, I might just give her 2 shots there. At least we've saved the other shots. And, yeah, just let her pass by. I could have just sneaked. I didn't need to get up there. But I think this she triggers anyway. But yeah, look, that was risky. But remember, fortune favors the brave. Remember, that's motto. We did well there. Lead her into the room and then come back out. I feel like that's the better way to do it, because this is pretty instantaneous. And yeah, we're done. And again, burn her to a crisp. So yeah, be careful here. Just let her do her thing.
I need to hurry.
And then we're going back up to the roof. And we're about to see poor Emily. Poor Emily. Yeah, that's the thing about the Resident Evil lore. Towards the end of the game, no spoilers. I mean, if you're watching this already, you probably completed the game, so spoiler warning. If you don't want to hear any spoilers, just skip this next section. But I was just thinking, well, alright, you know what? Let's not spoil it. We'll just do it as we'll commentate on it as we're going along. I think that's the best way to do it. And yeah, just come out here. You can speed this up with a shot. I didn't want to waste my shot, so I just burn her to a crisp for a last time. And finally, she turns into some weird goo. And she's done. Yeah, we're nearly done with Grace's part now. And we're about to see something sad. Very sad. I'm not a Resident Evil expert in terms of lore. There are a lot of others out there that are, you know, experts, and probably in the next part I'll discuss some of this stuff, because I do want to get your opinions. Back to Leon. Unfortunately, Emily has turned into this horrific creature, and I just kept on shooting her. I don't think it's required. You could probably just shoot her once. But yeah, we've got infinite ammo there to make sure. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you're enjoying the playthrough so far. Like and subscribe, it would greatly be appreciated, and see you in part 5.